Hey guys, it's Jenna, and I just recently took up a challenge from my professor to do my absolute best in everything for 24 hours. So here's how it went. Okay. I started my morning, woke up, went to the bathroom immediately because I have a skincare routine and it's a whole 20-minute fiasco, so we'll just skip over that because it's just what I do every day. But because I am a dog sister, I'm not gonna say a dog mom because it's more of they're like siblings to me. It's a whole thing, like we argue. It's weird, but it's okay. So I have 4 dogs and it was my turn to walk them in the morning. So I checked outside, saw that it was raining, and I made sure to put on their raincoats because they hate the rain, they hate water. So I put on their raincoats so that they can stay as dry as possible. Otherwise, they're drenched, they look sad. It's a whole thing. So I put on the raincoats. I was wanting to take them on a really long walk because I know how much they love them, but because it was raining, I knew they weren't gonna want to walk much longer. So I took them on a good length of a walk to where they could still go to the bathroom, but not be dreading their lives from water. So make sure that it was a short but efficient walk. And when I got home, I fed them. My mom was about to feed them, but I pushed her out of the way because she was stressed. I'm like, yeah, I will take care of it. I want to be a good daughter, be a good person, move out of the way, I'll feed them. So I fed the dogs, made sure they had their homemade broth. Yes, they have their own homemade crock pot broth. I heated it up to where it was nice and warm like soup so that they could warm up after being in the cold. And then I put on some music because my mom seemed a little stressed and I wanted to be a good daughter. So I turned on some music and did what we love to do in the kitchen and what kitchens are used for, which is dancing. So I took my mom's hand and I danced with her in the kitchen because she seemed a little stressed. Wanted to make sure her mood was brought up a little bit. So I danced with her. She was even like, it's so early in the morning, but this is fun. After I danced with her, I decided, you know what? I want to make breakfast for everyone. So I went to the store and made sure we had everything we needed, and I made biscuits and gravy, homemade biscuits and gravy for my family. Because I was kind of craving it, but I was also thinking, you know what? Why not? Why not just make breakfast for everyone? Let's do that. Why not? So I made breakfast, and before we started eating, I grabbed my mom's hand before she started chowing down, and then as soon as my stepdad came, I grabbed his hand so that we could pray together because we are Christians, and we wanted to make sure we blessed our food and praised before eating, because recently it has felt like I've been a little out of it, not as active as a Christian, and I wanted to bring that back and be more active and be more there with God. So I did that and made sure we prayed together before eating. After we ate, I FaceTimed my boyfriend because we like to be around each other's company even though we're not there in person because he lives in Fresno. It's a far ways away. I'm in Hanford. That's a distance. So I FaceTimed him and made sure he was doing okay and that we were just catching up and seeing how each other was doing. After that, I did my homework. He was playing his video games on FaceTime, so he was doing his own thing while I was doing my homework. Because even though we're not talking, it's still nice to be around each other's company. So we were doing that. I was doing my homework because sometimes I like to procrastinate. Some of the people that I know that, and I wanted to make sure that I got my homework done on a timely manner instead of at the last minute. So I did it like the day before, like one day before, because this challenge I was doing on Wednesday, so that my homework was done before that day came. I was doing that, I believe I did like over 1,000 words to this response about the scientific method. It's a lot, but it was worth it because I actually enjoyed it. It wasn't that bad. I wasn't dreading homework. I was going through it. I was like, okay, yes, put on my UV light glasses, let's go. I was prepared, I was ready, and I was trying to keep myself in a positive mood instead of being like, it's homework. I want to procrastinate, but I can't because it's the last minute. But this time it wasn't the last minute, and I was actually happy and actually fine with doing my homework this time. So that was good. I felt very accomplished and positive about that and productive. Whoa, productive. After that, I got ready for work because I had my shift at 3 o'clock at Denny's because I'm a waitress, a server, if you may. Once I got there, I realized I was going to be the only one there for about 2 hours. And I started immediately cleaning, making sure all the side work was done. The day dots were set, so I changed literally every day dot in that place. Usually when I do get there, I clean up a little, I stock up a little, and then I just start going with tables. But since I didn't have any tables, I immediately started doing side work and making sure everything was orderly, everything was clean, because I knew it was going to be slow. It was raining. Not a lot of people would want to dine outside if it's raining. So I grabbed that opportunity to make sure things were clean. So by the time the other servers got there, they didn't have to do much. They wouldn't have to be stressed with doing their side work and being there longer than they had to be, which they really appreciated. And I did to-goes, and with to-goes, you usually want to set up the condiment bag before the order is ready, the food is ready. And I made sure I had all the tickets aligned, ready to go, so that once the food is in, we just put it in a bag, stick the receipt on there, and put the condiment bag in, so there's not much to do. So everything was done. Even when the other servers got there, they were like, wait, it's already done? Wait, so what do we do? And I'm like, well, once it's up, just bag it up and it's all set and you're good to go. And they're like, oh, well, great. Well, you're on it, which I really appreciated. When I did have tables, I wanted to make sure I did really well on my BATA. And what BATA is, it's an abbreviation for beverages, appetizers, desserts, add-ons. And what add-ons are is, let's say you want cheese on your broccoli, or would you like some caramelized onions on your steak, or some sauteed mushrooms? It's adding on to the meal, even though it wasn't originally part of it. So our job as servers is to make sure our BATA is at least 200%. That's been really difficult recently because there's times where people don't want add-ons. They don't want sodas as beverage or any beverages. They just want water, or they just want nothing on their steak, or whatever it may be. But yesterday, which was Wednesday, I wanted to make sure my BATA was going to be up. I was determined, I was ready, so I was asking people, okay, would you like some sauteed mushrooms on your steak? And they're like, oh, that sounds good, let's go, yes. Or do you want avocado on your sandwich? Oh, that sounds good, let's do that. So I really pushed for my BATA, and it turned out my BATA was 244%, which is really good, because in the past few shifts it's been at 149 or something. I mean, which is still good, it's not bad, but we are really aiming for 200 to 300%. So I was really happy with myself that I was at 244, which can be difficult, but you know, got it there. After my shift, they actually had me go home early because everything was already done, and you know, there weren't really any tables. There were hardly any other to-goes. There was 3 other servers there, so I wasn't really needed. And they had me sent home early after 3 hours of working. So I just got my stuff and left, which I was fine with. I was okay with that because now I get to go home and get some sleep, which is great. When I did get home, I made sure things were cleaned up. I made sure my family was okay, and I ate dinner. What else? I helped my mom find something to watch on Disney Plus because she was in the middle of like a shred fest. So we got a new shredder, so she was just going for it. And I helped her find something to watch because she was very bored. So got her that. And then I went upstairs to get ready for bed. I FaceTimed my boyfriend again, make sure he was okay. And he was a little frustrated because of family stuff. So I, helped him through that. I talked with him. We got through it. He's okay. We're okay. And I'm glad that I was able to really help him through that. I mean, it wasn't traumatic. It wasn't crazy, but you know how family can be sometimes. So I wanted to make sure he was going to be okay. Then I got ready for bed and I went to bed. But before I did, I wanted to work on my blanket because I started a project and I haven't touched on it for many months. Hold up. I am hand crocheting this blanket and it's not done at all. I still have another roll to finish. So once that's done, I wanted to work on it, finish up that roll and actually do that because man, I haven't touched on it for a while. It's been a bit, it's been a second. So I wanted to actually finish that before going to bed. And that was my day. I made sure to stay as positive as I can. I wanted to make sure I was there for the people around me. I even posted, because I am a teacher at Redwood High School in Visalia. I teach color guard, and I wanted to make sure, even though I wasn't with my kids that day, I still posted a link to YouTube of this amazing, beautiful performance that a group called Imbue has performed. So I posted that on there so they can see what the color guard world is and how they can look if they practice enough. So they really enjoyed that. They thought it was amazing and beautiful. What else? I think that was it. That was all for my day. I feel very accomplished. I felt like I did my best as I could. It was tiring. I felt by the end, I was pretty much so socially exhausted, emotionally exhausted, because I was trying to stay positive with everyone, like at home, at work, over the phone, everything. It can be exhausting, but I feel like it was worth it. And I felt like I did make the people around me feel better. I felt like I made myself feel better. It was fun. It was a great challenge. And I really want to make sure everyone around me tries this. 24 hours, do the absolute best you can in literally everything you're doing that day. I kind of want to do it for a whole week at this point. I kind of want to try the challenge. Or shoot, might as well the rest of my life do my best in everything, because I feel like our society hasn't been doing that. We've just been settling for just being okay, and saying, oh, I'm fine, this is fine, we'll be okay, it's fine, we'll just live through it. But I don't want to do that anymore. I want to actually be my best. I want to do my best for the rest of my life, because it actually sucks not doing that, by just settling. I hate it. It's not fun. Wow. Well, that was my day on Wednesday. I hope you guys try this too. Maybe you'll see something different that you hadn't seen before. Who knows?